Hello everybody, my name is Pravus and welcome back to more Hearts of Iron 4, Equestria at War. I can't believe I'm playing this again, playing as the Bakaran Republic. I say that I can't believe I'm playing this one again just because I know what it looks like. It's like, it's My Little Pony. But I mean, like, I think I've shown this in a couple of other videos before. It's a legitimately good mod. It's, in a lot of ways, got more in-depth content than the base game, which is crazy, right? But there it is. It's super duper legit. And, I don't know, I have fun with it. I do have fun with it. I think it's great. Some of these days, I'm going to try actually playing as the Dread League, which are supposed to be a bunch of necromancer ponies, and we can lead undead swarms across the world in a Dread Crusade. That would be pretty fun. But it is not this day. It is not this day. Alright, so let's see. We have some more civilian factories, so we are starting to build up a little bit faster. Unfortunately, I have a pretty darn bad economy at the moment. Lots of nasty malices. Also, the civilian economy is not helping me much either. But unfortunately, we're going to have to wait until we get a little bit more world tension in the world. Now, I think it should jump up to 15%, kind of close together, because that's around the time that everyone starts getting aggressive with each other. So we'll probably just skip the early mobilization and move straight to partial mobilization, I believe. But we can't go to war economy until we are actually at war. Now, one downside, of course, of going to things like war economy is it does start costing you political power. So it's a bit of a trade-off. Partial mobilization is actually very fine, I think, in this game, in this mod. Let's see. We don't want to do anything else here in particular. I do need to be trying to race to form the River Federation. So do we get to decide when the Federation is going to fire? River Federation, National Spirit, River Union State, blah, 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 all nations will join under my command. Huh. It doesn't say here that the election takes place to see who rules the River Federation, unless it's automatically doing this for me. Let's see. Only the first to complete a focus gains a point, but the whole coalition shares a benefit. Oh, really? Wait a minute. This is something I did not know. Hold the phone. Are other people able to do some of these national focuses and I don't get the points anymore? In which case, how do I know which one they did? I don't know. Well, I guess we're gonna find out. What's this, by the way? We got something new, like lilies in the rain. No national focus prerequisites, always false. Oh, I guess this will automatically occur once we are officially elected, maybe? So it looks like there's some new things that'll come out of this, including some political power. United Riverlands Focus branch for free through the decision. What? Really? A decision that lets us automatically complete some of these. That could be helpful. Torchbearers of Unification so we can get the Federation faster. Okay, we'll see how that works. Rural Electrification, that looks really good. Yeah, there's quite a few different good options here. United Riverlands Committee. Yeah, we have a lot of ways of getting some extra points. Yeah, so if you want to form the Federation, it sure seems like the Bakaran Republic is in a pretty decent position to pull that one off. But we'll see what happens with that. Can I recruit some more troops? The answer is yes. Republican militia, they're not exactly great, but I'm willing to go ahead and train up a few, because having a larger army would be at least helpful to make it look like I'm more potent and a worthy leader of the Federation. The Winter Moon Celebration, Princess Twilight, and blah, 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 blah. I'm sure it's very important and sacred to the people in the West, but we don't care in Griffonia. That doesn't matter too much. That doesn't matter too much at all. President Water Lily. On a sunny day in the city of Bakara, a crowd gathered in front of the Capitol building to hear the victory address of President Water Lily. The mood was electric, as the crowd was filled with ponies enthusiastic about the triumph of the SDH and hopeful about their future. Confetti fell from building roofs when Water Lily stepped up to the podium to speak, accompanied by polite shouts of approval from her supporters. Fellow citizens, began Water Lily, I am incredibly grateful, but this victory is not mine. This is a victory for the little pony. She held up her hoof to scatter cheers. With the mandate we have been given, we will embark upon a new program to provide assistance to ponies who lack food or housing. We will focus on improving our education system so that all may have access to a full education and the opportunities that come with it. And we will make greater investments in our nation's infrastructure so that we may be brought closer together. The welfare of every citizen will be guaranteed. Okay, there's definitely the social democratic route, apparently. Okay, not sure how I feel about that exactly, but we'll see. At this, a forceful wave of cheering swept through the crowd. It's amazing what happens when you promise literally everything. But we must always remember that Bakara is not in it alone, for where would we be without the cooperation of our River Coalition partners? Water Lily spreads her hooves out wide. We must work tirelessly to forge closer ties to our friends in other Riverlands nations. I promise you that a day will come when all citizens of the Riverlands recognize the common history that binds us together. A day will come when all nations in the Riverlands form a union closer than any seen before, and that day will mark the beginning of a new era of peace, progress, and prosperity. Thank you, Lilies in the Rain. Make it rain, Lily! Alright, the ponies are the future. I did say I was going to work on some literacy programs, and I stand by that. I do think that getting rid of the illiteracy would be very, very good. Let's see. The Stalingrad Communists. That's another nation that would be fun to try out sometime. They've been around for a while, but I'm sorry. You say Stalingrad? I've got to try it. That just sounds hilarious. Anyway. Ponies are the future. Done. Second Aquilian Republic. Okay, so things are happening down over in the west, over this away. And what do we want to focus on next? Electronics or industry. Both of these are very good. I don't need the military factories at the moment. My question is, do I really want to start getting some extra standing early? Would that be helpful right now? It might. I'm not too sure. Assisting Fir Tree would also add my standing. Give them a lot of different effects and stuff. The thing is, none of these, like, directly assist me. That's kind of my problem with them. The stability and construction speed, however, would be very helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up a rural electrification. I do think that that would be good. Let's take a look at those decisions and see what we can do as far as encouraging literacy. There we go. Encourage reading classes. We lose some political power for 120 days, and we get consumer goods. But once it is done, we get negligible illiteracy, which is going to result in effectively 15% more research speed and 5% more construction speed. Well worth it, I would say. And then we want to have, like, I think it's widespread literacy or something like that, and that gets rid of the effect entirely. That would be nice. Anything that lets me start catching up more economically and technologically will end up being absolutely key to my long-term prosperity in this union. So in a way, we're almost kind of playing as, like, a bizarre Venice-European Union thing? Is that kind of what's going on here? It might be. I don't appreciate that we got ourselves some monarchs, okay? You got the traditionalists. You got a monarch over here. There's somebody else we don't like. Diamond Mountain, there it is. A supremacist. Who the heck are you? You look like a troll. Are you a kobold? I don't know what you are. The Diamond King. Maybe he's supposed to be like a pony dwarf. Is that a thing? It might be a thing. I don't know. He also might be some sort of a griffin, but he sure as heck doesn't look like a pony to me. I'll tell you that much. Whatever. Eventually, they will all bow before my extremely passive and peaceful democratic processes. It's only a matter of time. Other people are killing each other. Oh, that's great. So we're at 5% world tension, which means we could move to the early mobilization, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to save up for the partial mobilization, because I do think that's going to end up being more important. And yeah, rural electrification and the literacy both going at once. That's going to be a pretty big spike for me. At least I think it will be. Still taking a dang long time to build a single civilian factory, though. Ouch! Ouch and ouch! But getting a little extra stability will certainly be nice. Increase our factory output, require less consumer goods, and blah, blah, blah. More political power gain, all of which is solid. We could go for a political advisor. Consumer goods, okay. Population, not worried about that right now. Infrastructure and civilian factory construction speed, that's pretty helpful right now. He's a hedonist. You can have a hedonist pony? Wow, this isn't nearly as friendly as I thought. I think we will go for that. A captain's industry makes some sense. Definitely does speed things along a little bit. So I think we shaved off at least like 3 or 4 months from our next civilian factory. And the more we snowball, the easier it is certainly going to be getting. So this helps. So we're about to get another 10% construction speed there as well. So all of that is solid. So instead of September, this is going to be finishing as of... Okay, so we saved off 20 days. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. It wasn't a few months. It was a lot less than that. Let's see. Decisions to get some railways to original core lands of any rival or coalition. Political power, factory output. I mean, it's hard for me to not say yes to more political power gain. That's pretty solid. Oh my gosh, there's so many of these are really good. A research slot. Oh my gosh, and the poll tax. What? There are so many good options just going down this. Ooh, boy. Okay. Well, I mean, I like the political power gain. But I need to keep getting more standing. We'll go for the political power gain because it lets me continue reforming my government. Better conscription laws, better advisors, better economic laws, etc., etc. All of those are good things. And then maybe we're going to find ourselves with a lot of extra decisions that we'll be able to take in order to improve things too. I mean, it's not like we're being completely outraced at this point. Though we probably can take a look at some of these guys. Yeah, sending delegations to the Northern Ponies. So, okay, there's something we already did, which means we get the point. He's not going to get the point. So what did you do earlier? Did you also do the river science? So wait, how did you get a point? I thought the first person who does it gets the benefit. Yeah, only the first country to complete a focus gains the point. Yeah, we really do have to actually outrace these guys. That's a very interesting mechanic. I like it. I like that a lot. Huh. And Yali, remind me, what kind of wine was this? Zinfandel, Syrah, and what? Caps off? Interesting. Nice blend. It's actually really good. Wow. Sorry, a little bit of wine tasting in here, but she set a big honkin' wine glass in front of me, and I'm not going to say no to that. Makes playing My Little Pony so much better. Okay. 50 more days until we can have finished with the reading classes. We could do the military training, which is nice if you want to increase our army experience gain. Only useful if everybody is training, which they currently are. Promises of peace, lose support in order to gain stability and stuff. Not bad. We did manage to train up some more troops, so that's solid, so you guys can all start training. So that makes us a little bit stronger. They've got a lot more deployed pony power. Oh, hey, I found a single tooltip where they haven't updated it away from manpower to pony power. There it is. Whenever someone else is about to assume control of a faction. Haha! I found one. I knew they were going to screw up somewhere. I shouldn't take quite so much glee in it. No, actually, hopefully the devs are watching this. And I found something for you. I'm helpful. I'm helpful once in a while. It does happen. Okay, well, let's see. Bazaar of the Far East. That'll be great. Let's see. The Aquilian Republic is winning, as they often do. This is another nation that's supposed to be actually pretty darn fun to play with. I really want to play with the Barad Magocracy, though. First off, I'm just looking at this right here. Tell me that doesn't sort of remind you of Darkest Dungeon. All right? Maybe it's supposed to. I don't know. I mean, so they're, like, experimenting on their people in horribly unethical ways and stuff. But, I don't know. Is it supposed to be sort of... It just looks like it is to me. And if so, like, I approve. I wholeheartedly approve of that. That's not what I wanted to look at. Hang on. Okay, so we do need to continue getting some more points. We can probably go ahead and do this to get the resource gain assistance to go up. I just need to be making progress. What we might want to do... Oh, they're assisting Fir Tree before I am. Okay, so they're going to get a point there. We'll be able to see if I will, in fact, get the point. But yeah, so I think what I need to do is every other focus be making constant progress on the race. We really cannot afford to lose this. Absolutely not. I'm gonna form the dang Federation. It's the only way that I'm gonna become an actual world power. I want the industrial base. Now, it may not be that I just inherit all the nations, but if I'm like, you know, guaranteed ruler for life of the faction or something, maybe that's good. I don't know. I don't know what it means to form the Federation. I have no idea. So we're gonna find out. And don't tell me in the comments section. People look at that and they're like, oh, well, I can tell you exactly what's going to happen. I appreciate the enthusiasm, I really do. However, I like finding these things out on my own. Okay? It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to just find these things out by accident. Let's go for a defensive leader, I guess. Flight Risk is your name. You're a flight risk? Alright, if you disappear in the middle of combat, I will understand why you got your name. And probably your little cutie mark or something. That's what they're called, right? Isn't like every pony in My Little Pony have like a little tattoo on their butt? I think they're called cutie marks or something like that. I don't know. Doesn't matter too much to me, I suppose, at the end of the day. Can encourage... Yeah, so if we do this again, we can actually remove negligible illiteracy. And I think it's worth doing now. Let's just go ahead and do that, and we will get rid of this entirely to get an extra 15% research speed and more construction speed. That alone goes a long way to speeding some up. Wait a minute, not as much as I thought it was. Is there some sort of a multiplicative... Oh, bypassed. Oh, really? That's how this works. Okay, so they're bypassing the focuses. Oh, okay, so we actually really need to make sure that we're going further than any of them. Okay. They're assisting Farbrook next. So they went down this route so that they can go down the assistances. Are they faster than other options? No, they're about the same. Okay. Offer membership to the north. Yeah. Okay. Huh. So when they finish a focus, that's how it only gets 1 point. Because now we can't do this. Alright, I understand a bit more about how this works now. Yeah, I really need to focus down some of these. There's a lot of other things I want to do, but we have to focus down this. I cannot risk the River Republic messing me up. Can't allow it! Can't allow it worth anything. Let's see. Machine tools upgrades. It's okay. Engineering and stuff. I think what I want to do is actually go ahead and start working on some early tanks. I know that's a little bit crazy. It's going to take a long time, but I would like to research these because I'm going to go down a light tank focus. So I've been seeing a lot of people in the Hearts of Iron 4 Reddit saying that the standard infantry artillery meat grinder divisions are actually only for suckers. And like it changed a long time ago and it's not as good as people used to think it was. And now tanks are the way to go, but all the old guides are outdated. So I'm trying to listen to some of that. They're saying even just focusing on nothing but light tanks can end up carrying you to victory. And that may well be the case, and I kind of would like to find out if that is in fact true. So focusing on some tanks and letting all the production go to those might be pretty nice. And if that's the case, what I want to do is focus on a division of light tanks with some motorized and self-propelled artillery. Queen White Star triumphs. Okay, so this is going to be part of the new focus tree for the Kingdom of Wittenland down over here. Because again, everything is supposed to be focused heavily upon political intrigue internally. So I'm sure there's a lot of ways you can change up your leadership and stuff. I don't know. I have a hard time understanding how intrigue works in a Hearts of Iron 4 mod, but apparently the devs found a way. It's probably pretty fun. I don't know. Alright, so we finished that. We can now work on investing in some folks. The Great River Economic Community. We need to get down here first. I guess what I can do is let the River Coalition make progress in the north while I start working down toward the economic improvements, which affects me as well as everybody else. I don't think that's a bad idea. I can certainly try doing things like that. How the heck am I going to outrace him, though? He's going to have to do something other than a focus on points at some point. Otherwise, we just kind of let him get ahead of me, and that would be a bit of a disaster. Possibly. We're still not up to 15% in the world tension. I could work on a theorist. An army experience wouldn't be too bad. I think I may want to go for an industrial focus, though. Electronics, maybe? Now, let's go for the industrial concerns. Just anything, again, that kind of speeds up. Some of my focuses, like on construction tech, would be nice. We're only just now about to finish up with a civilian factory, finally. So, I mean, we're slow. We're slow at the beginning of the game, but that's how Hearts of Iron 4 works, right? With the exception of a handful of different mods, you can't expect to be super aggressive from the get-go, not all the time. Unless, of course, you're doing what we did before and played as a Yale Rectorate. Now, that was fun. Brought a literal demigod onto the planet. Woo! That ended up being crazy. I actually, that was another thing where the devs had, they didn't send me early access, but they encouraged me to try out the mod and take a look at some different nations. And they forgot to tell me that we wanted to go down the other route. Instead of going for the demigod, we wanted to go for resurrecting the former emperor of the empire. But I didn't do that. So we took the other route, and I still had a lot of fun with it, but apparently the other one is a more popular choice. I don't know. Is that pizza?
Yes.
Pizza? It's gonna get cold.
It goes really well with the wine.
Goes really well with the wine, she says. I wasn't expecting to eat. This is extremely unprofessional. Give it here.
Don't worry, it's really hot.
It's really hot?
Yourself.
Okay, I'll give it a second. I'll give this thing... Thank you, Inyali, I love you. We'll give this one a second. Alright, moving on, though. See, this is some of the fun of having, like, little face cams and stuff. You guys see these very IRL interactions in my life. Isn't that fun? How am I going to improve these? I think the only way you can improve this is through some sort of a national focus. I don't think it's very easy to change up your economic and science development. Let's see. So we already got the tech there. Dispersed industry for factory output's nice, but we don't have a lot of factories, so I don't see that doing a lot of good for me. Radio tech isn't a bad idea. We could also start working on a doctrine, I guess. That said, we have a 50% boost to our weapons here, and that's mainly because we have that science pact with everyone else in the faction, so as they research some of the basics, like guns, we can actually speed things along a little bit, and I'm happy to do that. Absolutely happy to take advantage of some of those little free boosts whenever we are able to get them. River Republic, stop assisting people, dang it. You're so friendly, but you need to stop. I'm the one trying to get these dang points. I'm gonna win. I guess what we could do, actually, if we wanted to abandon this for a moment, what we could do is go down Water Lily's ability to, like, just get some free progress. Oh, maybe that's the only way that we can really win this guaranteed. That could be. You think? Torchbearers of Unification. Let's do it. Let's do it. It's going to slow us down, but if it does lead to at least 2 free focuses, then we'll be able to catch back up with these guys. And maybe I just save the political power for this. I mean, we're making 2.11 per day. That's actually really solid. I can't complain about that. We could reduce our factory output in order to gain stability. But at a cost of 100 political power, I'm not sure that's quite worth it to me right now. So I think we'll have to pass. Changeling Queendom is doing stuff. Okay, hang on. There they are. Yep, they're gonna go kill the other deer. Sorry, deer. You gotta die. We enjoyed our first run as the Changelings, a full world conquest run. That was actually pretty fun. They can get a little powerful. They can get a little bit powerful. Recommend it for beginners. Actually, Equestria is what you're supposed to play, but I mean, everyone plays as Equestria. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. What I like is the uniqueness of this mod and the creativity of a whole new continent and all the different factions and stuff, you know? Non-canon characters. That's where I get to have some fun. Let's see. Do we want to go for some support companies? We could start working toward upgrades for artillery. Do you think it'll be better to go for doctrines? My question is, would it make sense to go for mobile warfare if I am, in fact, going to go for the tanks? And the answer is maybe. We can check to see if any of our advisors are specific to a certain type of doctrine. Sometimes different nations have theorists that can only give you bonuses to a specific type of doctrine, like mobile warfare, like grand battle plan. In this case, it looks like we are, in fact, open-ended, so I can go for whatever I want. It's probably not the right choice, but it would be a fun one. Yeah, let's go ahead and pick up mobile warfare. I don't do this very often. I don't get to do mobile warfare very often, but it could be fun. All right, assist the water towns has been done for free. Let's see, sending an emissary to the Changelings. Yeah, so they're trying to get these guys to join up, but they just went down the supremacy route, so we don't like these guys anymore. They're dangerous. Okay, they abandoned Harmony. We're gonna need to kill them. We're gonna need to kill them someday, somehow. I don't know how, but we will. I don't know when. I don't know how, but I'm gonna blow your guts out right now. Wow, says Inyali. Okay, no, that's fine. The Arcturian Order. These guys need to get a new focus tree, by the way. Because they're like, you can actually see they've got like the flag of Jerusalem from EU4, but these guys are like the paladins who hold the necromancers at bay. I think like an entire expansion focused on these guys into something really fun would be great. And if you don't want these guys to become like standard in every like single player game, you don't want them to become too powerful. Even creating like a scenario of the necromancers versus the paladins and stuff would be pretty fun. Like a little fan fork mod, you know, that kind of thing. I mean, I'm talking as if I have any clue how that works. I've never really modded anything myself, but in theory, I think that sounds like a lot of fun. Now, I'm sitting on some of this political power right now because I just want to see what it's going to cost to do any of these free focuses and how long they're going to take. So there's the Torchbearers of Unification, Economic Harmonism, economically prop other people up and stuff. That's all great, and I really want the research slots, but we've got to continue making progress down here or else we're going to lose progress. So let's go ahead and work on roads, I guess, in Deponia. So let's see. Build roads. Oh, okay. So we're doing that one right now. We can invest and we can send an emissary. Wait, can I just finish this right now and steal it from him? It does not say how long it takes, but if I do this now, I think I can stop him from getting it. I get the point, he loses progress, and now we outrace him. Cool! Alright, so these guys who claimed to like me before have rejected our friendship. Well, that sucks for you, doesn't it? Where's my progress? Hey, how come you got the point anyway? Hey! What? Well, they're still working on sending an emissary. Well, I don't think I understand why that didn't work the way that I wanted it to, but okay. Well, hopefully this comes back up again at some point, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe we just wasted our only free opportunity. So I'm going to be really sad. Let's go for the military theorists to speed up our doctrine a little bit. We're almost at that 15% threshold to get to the partial mobilization, and that will certainly be very, very helpful for me. Does the River Republic ever focus on anything else? They're offering membership to the north. I can't beat them now. All right. Pizza time. It's awful. My wife was in a mood. And she wanted to get some sort of pizza while she went to the grocery store. So she brought back, I think it's a Red Baron. That's just sort of okay. It's good, she yells. It's fine. It's not that good, but it's fine, I guess. Trying to get something small, she says. Okay. So these guys are not going to accept anything as far as joining up with the faction, but I'm wondering if Farbrook would. The Fir Tree villages might. I mean, they're both harmonious. Watertown's is communist though, so these guys probably will not join. Still, if we get 2 more people to join with the Federation, does that in theory eventually lead to a better, stronger Federation for me to inherit? Possibly. All right, so we got the upgrade to the guns. It is December of 1008. I think we go ahead and start working on the computing machine to get a little bit of extra research speed. How are we doing with that literacy, by the way? Is it done? Oh, it is. Okay. Yeah, we got rid of the illiteracy. Good. Okay, that helps. That helps a lot. I don't think we need any of these. Monthly population is just sort of okay. Material designer, weapons and equipment research speed, all that's not bad. Artillery, motorized, blah, blah, blah. But maybe what I want is a tank designer. Medium tanks or heavy tanks? Ah. None of these focus on light tanks? Let me take a look at something real quick. Terrain, what do we got? Hills, plains, forests, plains. So heavy tanks are really good. They're expensive, and they suffer severe penalties in the wrong types of terrain. I think including hills and forests, so I don't think those are going to be the way to go for me. So a tank researcher won't do me quite as much as I would have wanted. We do still get armor research speed, so I mean, it's okay. I guess between the two, eventually I may end up going for the medium tanks, but I like the idea of doing this. Just so we can speed up things like the early tanks, and start working toward that production eventually. It's a long-term play. I don't think it necessarily affects me much right now, but it does start speeding up some research here so we can move on to other things. Okay, people are joining some factions. None of that's too relevant to me. Thank you very much, though. I'm a little bit peeved about not getting the point. Does getting the point occur when you first select it? Because if so, he's not getting a point for offering the membership, so maybe we're going to get this. I assumed you get the point when you finish the focus, so I'm not sure why they got it. Still, we'll accept that this is just the way it is, and I'll assume that I'm an idiot who doesn't know how this works. Hey, look, we're above the 15%. Okay, so the next priority for our political power is going to be getting partial mobilization so we can greatly speed up our factory construction speed and reduce our consumer goods. We have built some roads. We can go for the next one over here. Let's go for somebody other than Deponia for a second. I don't know if it ends up affecting anything as far as, like, people other than Deponia liking me. Maybe not, but now we're sitting at 4 points. Okay. Continue economic reforms. I don't think... Hold up. Okay, so he finally did abandon some of the Federation development. Good. So did you guys want to join or not? Apply for coalition membership. Woo! Yes, me like this. I am not the leader, unfortunately. Who was the leader? River Republic became the faction leader. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Maybe if we get more points, we swap into the leader of the coalition again? I'm not too sure. Possibly. I would like to be the one who decides whether these guys get to join from anything. The Yale Rectorate just broke up, so the Griffonian Empire has officially completely imploded. So they're going to have a heck of a time actually getting their footing back, but it sometimes does happen. Sometimes they do end up forming a pretty strong empire. They've immediately gone to war with the Yale Rectorate, so they're working on getting things back under control. Yeah, I think they'll end up being fine. My goal is to form a federation that can counter the Griffonian Empire aggressively. That's what I'm hoping to see happen, but we'll see. I wonder if the AI is programmed to want to get points as long as they are not the leader of the Federation or the Coalition. That would make some sense, wouldn't it? That could well be exactly why they were going down that many focuses as they were. No, they've been the leader for a while. Maybe I have no idea. Whatever. It's probably fine. Farbook did indeed join the Coalition. Okay, so that's one more member for us. Somebody else that I will get to control in some way eventually, as long as things work the way I intend them to. Let's go for that partial mobilization. Well worth it, and now we should be able to get some extra factories. The early tanks have been researched. Could start working on the light tanks, but first let me take a look down over here. We could go for the factory output. Not sure it matters yet, again, until we actually have military factories to work with. So I am going to go for that light tank, so that when I do get some factories and want to start producing them, we'll be able to start making something that actually matters. And I will be getting the self-propelled artillery as soon as we can. Alright, this seems like a good place to end this here video. So thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.
Alright, let's go ahead and see what it is.